Just a short distance from Bond Street Station, in a quiet back alley of Marylebone, lies the Palestine Exploration Fund. It is one of the lesser-known historical organisations in London, but it has been in existence for 150 years. Its founding meetings were held at the Jerusalem Chamber in Westminster Abbey. Important members of the British establishment and leading scientists and researchers were eager to be a part of this society. It is the oldest organisation in the world that is devoted to the scientific study of Palestine. 150 years later, members of staff have returned to the Jerusalem Chamber to discuss the origins of the Palestine Exploration Fund. This is the story of the Palestine Exploration Fund.
What we have here are the minutes for that first preliminary meeting that took place here in the Jerusalem Chamber on Friday, May the 12th, 1865, to basically propose the founding of the Palestine Exploration Fund. And so we have present here the Archbishop of York, he's in the chair. We also have the Dean of Westminster, that's Dean Stanley. We have W. Vaux from the British Museum. John Murray, terribly important. He was the publisher of many of our academic volumes. And Walter Morrison, our treasurer for some 54 years, and the person who basically donated our current building to us.
Yeah, okay.
We also have the Earl of Shaftesbury. We have the Bishop of London, Bishop of Oxford, and the Bishop of Ely. We also have the Speaker of the House of Commons. I think it's also interesting to see right from the beginning, Reverend Canon, he would become Canon H.B. Tristram. He's the man who became our natural historian, as it were, and went out for the survey of Western Palestine to conduct the natural history section of that survey. Lots of important people from professional life, from government life, from clerical life as well, all coming together, all holding very different views, I am sure. And what is interesting about the PEF is that somehow we managed to kind of glue them together in a common cause, and that common cause is the scientific exploration of what is widely known as the Holy Land. And in our prospectus, in his address, the Archbishop of York, it is quite interesting. He says, on the one hand, isn't it wonderful that we Brits are doing this as Englishmen, it is our heritage and our right and all that kind of side of things. And then two lines further down the road, he says, but we mustn't do this as a colonial exercise or a religious exercise, we must do it as a scientific exercise. And those scientific principles are so important to hold to because, he says, and he acknowledges this, that we come from so many different schools. There are so many different lines of thought, and if we picked on one or the other, then there would be so many grounds for complaint and the whole project would fail. So we have to remain objective and scientific in our approach throughout. The PEF was very much, as I've said, at the heart of the Victorian establishment, and the list of names on this page makes it very clear that you've got the great and the good, you've got archbishops and dukes, alongside MPs and lots of important politicians, people in government, but you also have a real sprinkling of serious academics. And this is maybe the most important element of the PEF, but the one which gets overlooked the most. Because that's what gives it its real character and its purpose, is not the colonial agenda, is not the evangelical agenda, it's the research agenda.